Alrighty, welcome in friends. If you're watching this part of my tutorial today, you're most likely watching the replay. If so, leave me a little comment, #replay, so I know you were here. And as always, if you see anything that catches your eye that you'd like to adopt that I have made either today or previously, just send me a private message and I would be very happy to help you out. All right, I'm going to find our tutorial today and tag my followers. If you are not already following my page, I would love a follow. And if you think you are following, I suggest you go and check because you probably know Facebook, for some reason, has been having us all unfollow each other just automatically, just randomly. So even pages you thought you were following, go and double check because you might still be following or you might not. Hey Heidi, good morning. How are you? Hey Alyssa, there's my friends. There's my girlfriends. All right, I'm gonna share us to my two groups, or I'm gonna try. It keeps telling me an error has occurred. I have to remember, it's a free platform we all get to use. If not for this free platform, we wouldn't be able to interact and watch each other. Okay, share. Right, I'm gonna get a little vitamin C now because you know how that goes. Hey Nancy, hey Peggy. As soon as I hit the go live button, I get a tickle in my throat. It's so dry in the house still from the heat, the winter, and everything's just locked up. I feel like it's just making my skin dry and making my throat dry and other things. All right, we'll wait one more minute before we get started. Hi Peggy, how are you? Welcome in. Looks good on my end. Do you need me to adjust anything or are things good? Hey Christine, how are you? Well, today's challenge is bugs, bees, and flowers, which I thought a bee was a bug, but maybe it's not, because the gal who set the challenge, I can't remember who said it this week, made a point of doing bugs and bees. I thought a bee was a bug. Is a bee not a bug? Is a bee an insect? Isn't an insect a bug? I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to make a bee and a flower on my project today because that's what I was told to do. And we did not have to use all three. We did not have to include a bug and a bee and a flower. It's just however you're inspired by either bugs or bees or flowers. At first I was going to do all flowers, but I haven't made a bee in a while. So I said, let me do a bee. Hi, Ramona. How are you? Debbie's just finishing up, so if you're coming on over, that's most likely where you were coming over from. Debbie, she made a cute little strawberry pie, and she's just going to put a bee on top of it. Hi, Sandy. How are you? You saw how the Candyland Easter tree turned out? So cute, right? So cute. And then up right after me in the 1 p.m. Eastern spot, you guys, is my friend Maureen from Home for Every Season. So after I finish my tutorial, that's who's up next in the lineup. All right, it's 12. We're going to get started. Hi, Diane. How are you? Welcome, guys. I did mention in the beginning, if you didn't get a notification that I was going live, those three little dots at the top of your screen, you can click on that and adjust your settings. Facebook just automatically has it on random or some or whatever. But for the pages that you follow, if you'd like to know when they are going live, you can adjust it there. Click on it and adjust the notification settings. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Robin. How's everyone doing? Bees, love when you grow sunflowers. You know what, Peggy, I say that every year that I want to plant sunflowers, and then I forget, and then I go, driving through town, and we have this one area along the water that just has this gigantic stretch of beautiful giant sunflowers. People stop, they go take pictures, they have family photos done there. It's just a beautiful spot. So I really want to, Robin, thank you so much for sprinkling. I really want to plant sunflowers in my yard this year, like in the back. The back of my house gets sun, full sun all day. So I really want to try to remember to do it, guys, because they're so pretty. They're so pretty. All right, a lot of my project today is yellow, so I didn't end up doing a sunflower. I did a white daisy for my flower. All right, so rolling out some lemon yellow, and I have a tiny little styrofoam ball. Good morning, Maureen. I just mentioned you're up right after me. So everyone is going to hop over to your page. This is 1.5 inches styrofoam ball, and it's the bumpily kind, guys. I have glitter on my silicone mat from yesterday, so I don't even have to add any glue. All right, so we're just gonna quickly cover this cute little tiny. You guys know I like tiny. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Welcome in. Hi, Jeanette. How's everyone doing? How's everyone's, what's today, Wednesday? How's everyone's Wednesday going? I hope you're having a good day so far. It's chilly here. I just got back from the post office in our neighborhood, dropping off orders that I shipped out this morning, and it is chilly. I went in flip-flops and just this top and my leggings, and it's a little chilly. It's a little chilly. All right, cutting off the excess of the yellow. What's everyone doing today? Are you crafting? Are you at work? Hey, Sherry, how are you? Michelle, how are you? So happy you're here. Your teddy bear you made yesterday came out so cute. So cute. So cute. All right, we're gonna close it off on the bottom. I still have just a little bit of excess. We'll cut that off. And then I'm going to roll it between my palms to get the wrinkles out. You guys, I was saying when I started my life, I feel like my skin is so dry and so wrinkly from winter and the heat in the house. Oh my goodness. I need spring to come and the moisture to come back. And then you guys, then when summer's here and it's like 1,000 degrees out and humid, I'll be complaining, it's so sticky. I can't go outside. It's so sticky. And my husband's like, we should move to ABC. We should move to XYZ because it's just 75 and sunny there all year long. You picked up your taxes. Oh, good. Earning and cooking at the moment. Gotcha. Hey, Vicky, welcome in. Gluing rhinestones to a round dresser top mirror. Oh, Peggy, that sounds nice. You just left Sam's, you're out with your hubby, and you picked up your taxes. Sounds like you're checking everything off your to-do list, Michelle. All right, that looks good. All the wrinkles got out just by rolling it between your hands like that, guys. All right, I haven't made a bee in a while, so I'm just kind of winging it. I thought I grabbed rhinestones to put for the eyes, but I don't see them on my desk, and I'm not gonna leave you to go get them. Or do I want them? I could have sworn I grabbed them. I feel like I want to do the rhinestones for the eyes. Will you guys be mad at me if I step out for a second? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had them in my hand yet. 30 degrees feels like 20. Vicky, stop. Where are you? Chicken tacos for dinner. Yummy. That sounds yummy. I have my leftover Chipotle from yesterday. We went to Chipotle. I got a chicken bowl, loaded chicken bowl. Okay, I don't want to set this down because I don't want it to get flat on the bottom. But I feel like I'm going to have to. It's one of those catch 22s or whatever. You got to set it down to work on it, but you don't want to set it down because you don't want it to get flat. You know what? I'm going to put a toothpick in the bottom and use my block, because what we're going to attach this on, I'm going to use a toothpick to attach it anyway, so it'll all be good. It'll all be good. All right, let me make 2 little indentions where I want the eyes to go. One there, one there. All right, and then I am gonna put a little toothpick in the bottom just to help me hold it while I'm working on it. Okay, guys? All right, let me come over with some tacky glue. Hey, Gloria. Thank you for sprinkling. Appreciate it. Vicki, did you say where you live? Did I miss it? It's cold here too, guys. It's cold. It turned cold again. We're going Thursday afternoon. We're leaving and going to my son's. Friday, he's still on paternity leave from having his baby in October. So Friday, him and my husband are going golfing. Friday night, we're gonna take the kids out for dinner. And then Saturday, we're all going to a car show with our cars. And then there's a chili contest at Grill Billy's that is near them. So we're gonna go and do that for lunch. Oh, I'm glad I went and grabbed the rhinestones, guys. They look cute. Hi, Miss Debbie, Indiana. Whew. Yeah, it's chilly here, but like tomorrow it's supposed to get the high in the 60s, and then Friday and Saturday the high's in the 70s again. So I can't complain for March. At least it's not in the 30s. Okay, so I pushed the 2 little eyes in, okay? And I think I want to, at this point, before I add the nose, sorry guys, every time I open and close that drawer, I say, after my live, I'm gonna go get some WD-40 and stick it on the bottom of that drawer so it's not so loud, and then I walk away and I forget. Until I open the drawer again. And good morning, Sandy. Yeah, Betty is right here. She's right here next to me. All right, we'll give our bee some rosy cheeks because, I mean, why not? Why not, guys? Why not? Debbie, I don't think you saw my comment. You were so busy working, but have fun at your retreat this weekend. And please send everyone my love and give everyone hugs and kisses from me, okay? Debbie's going to a craft retreat this weekend. I wish I was going. All right, then I'm gonna get some black. Roll out a little smidge to begin with. And we're gonna make her a little nose. Maureen, are you all set with your bug, bee, and flower? Maureen's on right after me. All right, we'll roll this out. You guys, my clay has glitter in it. How does that happen? Wink, wink. How does that happen? All right, I have a little heart-shaped one of the plunger cutters from Hobby Lobby. You guys know I like to do these cute little heart shapes for the noses on my characters a lot of the times. That might be too chunky. I'm gonna push it down a little. All right, let's give this bee a little nose. She got big nose. She's cute though. All right, when we add the rest of her stuff, it'll make sense. Hopefully. Hopefully, it'll make sense. All right, so next, what I think I want to do is roll out some black and give her little stripies. You are good girl. Good girl. All right, there's a little styrofoam on my mat. Oh, goodness. That scared Bailey. That scared Bailey. That was my container of clay. Okay, I should get a wipe, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's all good. All right, let's wake this up. This is some black from my friend Debbie at Debbie's Bright Ideas. I love her clay. It's my favorite. I use Debbie's, and I use Maricella's, and I use Sue's Primitive Pumpkin. They all have the same yummy texture that I like working with, the soft, firm. All right, we're gonna roll a worm, and we're gonna give this little girl her rings, her black bumblebee wings. And there's glitter in this black clay. That's okay. That's okay. I'm probably gonna add glitter to her anyways, so. All right. And she's tiny, so I'm trying to roll the worm proportionately for her. All right, I'm gonna start on the bottom. And let's see if I can close that off where the toothpick was, or strategically just wrap this around probably and cover that spot. That's what I'll do. She's cute. I haven't made a bee in quite a while, guys. I'm gonna say more than a year. For a while there, when I first started, this is all I was making bees because they were easy. All right, we'll give her one more little ring. Trying to carefully push that seam together so as the clay dries, it behaves and it doesn't pull apart. She's kind of giving me like lion face vibes so far. All right, we'll roll another little bit of the black and give her another ring. She's tiny, so I think she's only gonna have 2 rings. So we'll go around her again. I hope she looks like a bee when I get done. I feel like she will. I feel like she will. All right, we'll connect our little worm on the bottom. And this is good because she's gonna be sitting on something, so those little connections on the bottom, you'll never see. You'll never see. All right, and then in lieu of doing another ring around, we're gonna give her 2 more things. So where do I wanna put this toothpick? I feel like I'm just gonna put it in, guys, like permanently now. So let me make a pilot hole. I'm gonna make it right in the middle of those 2 rings. And we will stick to the toothpick in permanently now. Because the item we're gonna add her onto, I'm gonna stick this in. Okay. Be careful, because I don't want to smush any of her little rings. Okay, so there's her with her rings. Trust the process, guys. She's still looking a little weird to me, but all right, so I grabbed a teaspoon and a half teaspoon measurements. I'm gonna do her little stinger out the back, but I wasn't sure. Let's try with the 1 teaspoon first. It might be way too big. So if it is, then we'll size down. But using the measures like Debbie taught us is a perfect way to help you do your projects, all right? So this is the 1 teaspoon. In case you're gonna make this, guys, it was an 1.5 inch styrofoam ball. In case you wanna make it and you wanna do like the same size like I'm doing. This, I feel like, is way too much clay. Let's see though. All right, so I wrote a little teardrop and now I'm making it flat on my table. And almost like if you're making, hey Chrissy, almost like if you're making like a witch hat. You roll a teardrop and then you push it flat on your table and then pointy-ish at the top. She's little, so this might be too big. Let's see. I don't know, maybe it's okay. What do you guys think? I think it's okay. You guys think it's okay? The size? We're doing it. Right, and it's wet clay to wet clay. So I'm just gonna push it down. It'll stick. And then I'm going around and finger pressing the edge all the way around. And feel like I wanna curve it up a little. Hey Andrea, how are you? She has a big tail. When it dries, it'll shrink a little, but she has a really big tail, guys. Where's the back? This is going to be a silly looking bee. It's going to be a silly looking bee. That's okay. All right, then 2 more things. 2 more things. That is not glitter, that is styrofoam on my black. Black is hard, guys, because everything shows. Everything shows. The styrofoam shows, the glitter shows, everything shows on black. I got it. Okay. It's a tiny little piece of styrofoam. All right, so next, now I am going to use the half teaspoon. Thank you, Andrea. She's cute. She's different looking, that's for sure. Half teaspoon. We're gonna make her give her little wings. So 2 half teaspoons of white. I think we're done with those. Catch the rest on Go She's Away. Gotcha. Michelle, gotcha. I'll see you later, alligator. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you, Andrea. Happy Wednesday. All right, so we're gonna roll a little ball to get the wrinkles out, and we're going to roll a chunky little teardrop like that. Do the second one. Roll the ball. Chunky teardrop. Then, let's see. I'm gonna flatten them out ever so slightly. Ever so slightly, okay, with my acrylic block. And then what do I want to use? Let me come in with this silicone tool with the end, or do I want something chunkier? No, I think this will be okay. What do I have that's chunkier? Let me try this. let's try this. This is a little chunkier. I'm gonna make a little indentation in the middle. Yeah, that's a good size. So this is a shading brush, but the handle is like silicone, so it won't stick. We just wanna make a little indentation. Normally you see me use my finger, but these are so tiny, I feel like my finger would make too big of an impression. So I made the mark, and then now I'm going in with just the tip and kind of fanning the top of it out a little, so it doesn't look like I stuck a pencil in there. I want it more like the shape of the little wing. Do you guys know what I mean? All right, and then I feel like I need to use tiny little pieces of toothpick, guys, because the clay is wet. So I feel like it will need a tiny little bit of help staying in there. If the clay was dry, you could just attach them with glue and they most likely would behave. But because it's wet, I think it needs a little bit of help. Okay. So then we'll come back to our bee. Where did you find that brush? My shading brushes? I do not know. I have a whole tool caddy of them. I bought them probably 2 years ago, and honestly, I don't even know where I got them. They say Moda, M-O-D-A on it. It's a whole set. I don't even remember. I'm so sorry. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? Okay, so we're gonna come in and make 2 little pilot holes in the top of our bee. I'm being so careful where I touch her. Because she's all wet. She's all wet, wet clay. Wet, wet, wet clay. And then I'll put a tiny little bit of super glue on the bottom of the wing with the tiny little toothpick sticking out. And carefully stick her in. Cute. And then the other one, guys. Tiny little bit of super glue on the wing and the toothpick. Stick it into our pilot hole. And then I wanted them to touch. So cute. Does she look like a bee? Does she look like a bee? All right, and then, of course, I was gonna give her antennas, but she's so tiny that they would have been in the spot where I put the wings, and I didn't have enough real estate back here to add the antennas and the wings, so we're just gonna do the wings. I grabbed some black pipe. So if you're gonna make a bigger one, guys, you could do the antenna and then put the wings further back. But she's such a tiny girl. We're just gonna call it a day. We're gonna call it a day. I think she's cute. I think she looks like a bee. Does she look like a bee? Yeah. If you are liking this brush set, Prissy, I liked it because of the colors. I mean, check Walmart. I get a lot of my stuff from Walmart, so check Walmart. Like I said, I bought it a few years ago. Thank you. I like her little nose. Thank you, Sherry. All right, so move my silicone mat out of the way for a second. I'm going to bring my parchment in. We're gonna grab some clear tacky glue. You guys know where I'm going with this. We'll line the inside of her little white bee ears with a little bit of tacky glue. That part I did the indentation on. And I'm just gonna be real careful applying some diamond dust glitter. Normally, if you can, you wait until your stuff dries before you add the glitter, because the glitter may stick onto other areas. But truly, wherever you don't have glue, as the clay dries, it'll brush right off. So like a little stuck onto the black, so if you just go like that, it brushes right off. Okay, she has some sparkly little wings. Everything in my life has to have a little sparkle. Okay, all right, guys, there's our little bee. So I, at least to this point, have completed the challenge of the bugs, bees, and flowers. Bugs, bees, and flowers. All right, so next we are going to attempt to create a honey jar for her to sit on, because now I've probably got my bees confused. To me, she looks like a bumblebee, but bumblebees don't make honey. Honeybees, like, don't yellow jackets make honey? But I feel like yellow jackets look like this too. Anyways, she's cute. We're going with it. Thank you, Renee. Thank you. Thank you, Alyssa. So last night I grabbed one of the little plastic containers that you get from the dollar store, and I filled the inside with some yucky old clay. Okay, that's how far I got. So we're gonna make the bottom of this yellow to resemble honey, and then we're gonna make a little top for it, like my cherry mason jar that I did last week. We're gonna attempt to make a top for it. Thank you, Margarita. Thank you, ladies. Yeah, cute little quick little bee. I have bunnies on the brain, guys, because that's all I've been making lately. She got a big old stinger in the back, but she's like a caricature looking bee, so she's good. She's good. She's good. And how easy, guys. If you have to make a little bee project, super easy. Tiny little styrofoam, and I mean, it'll take you 20 minutes. 20 minutes, if you're not pokey like me. All right, so condition some of this yellow. We're gonna roll it out, pancake it down, and then roll it out. I was saying yesterday too, because our heat is back on, I feel like I have all kinds of dust floating around my house. Because I'm seeing like fuzz like in my clay. And I feel like it's from the heat. We have the forced air heat in our house, and I feel like it's stirring. I guess I need to dust. I don't like to dust, you guys. I don't like to dust. All right, hopefully this is enough. So this is smooth. So to help it along, I'm gonna just run my glue brush that's sitting in the water off to the side. Just run it over a little to give it a little bit of stick, okay? I'm not gonna worry so much about the top because we're covering the top. So I think I'm gonna cover it like that, from the bottom to the top. And I'm just being careful because the bottom of these little plastic jars are, I don't want to say sharp, but they have an edge on it. So you don't want to push too hard on your clay. because it'll poke right through. You guys know what I mean? It'll poke right through and you don't want that. So I'm just bringing it up, trying to bring it up with as few wrinkles as possible. Easier said than done. And I'm watching my bottom so I don't tear. And again, that's easier said than done too. Cut the excess of those two sides. You guys, I watched Heartland again last night. You guys know I'm addicted. I'm on season 10. On season 10. Twins? Are you doing that, a similar thing, Maureen? You know, you and I are always twins. All right, and then I'm carefully going around. I'm gonna trim all of that yellow off the top because you're never gonna see it. Because we're gonna put it like a topper on this. Carefully going around on the sides where I have those seams and kind of finger pressing it out. Does it look like a honey jar? Honeybees are more rounded. Yellow jackets are longer and more slender. Okay, so Lydia, what is mine then? Mine's a super chunky, fat, round girl. So mine must be honeybee then, right? Are more rounded. Yellow jackets are longer and slender. I think mine's a honeybee. Little did I know, when I was creating her, I actually was being anatomically correct with my honeybee. You guys. I mean, it's fake baking, so anything goes, but... All right. Finger pressing the seams on the sides out. That looks like a little honey jar to me. Maureen, are you making a honey jar too? Is that why we're twins? I don't know what that means. Disliking. I don't know what that means. All right, and then I'm gonna come in with some cookie dough to make the little topper for our honey jar. Bumblebee. You don't like bumblebees? Is that what you meant? Disliking? Or not? I'm confused. And guys, I say this all the time, as your clay dries, any little imperfections you have, most likely 99% of them will disappear. As the clay dries, it shrinks and puffs. I don't know how it does that, but you still see some lines and imperfections. They'll disappear, guys. They'll go away. Honeybee. Okay, good. Good, because that's what I was going for. I think she's going to be cute. I think she'll be super cute. Okay, wake this cookie dough up. Is it cookie dough? No, this is graham cracker. Graham cracker. Made a honey jar using the tiny jars they put in your jam in hotels. Andrea, I love that idea. I know exactly those cute little... Oh, dusting, Maureen? No, I don't like to dust. Hi, Kathy. How are you? No, dusting is like my least favorite thing in the world to do. I do this and then I go like that and then I call it a day. All right, so last night when I was grabbing all my supplies to put them on my table to get ready for today, I did a little dry fitting. Meaning I played around with the sizes of my circle cutter until I got the right size for this to put on top of this. I wanted it, that looks so big, doesn't it, guys, for the little honey jar? But when I was playing around with it last night, that's the size I needed to go around the jar and come down on the sides. I don't know. I might have been wrong. Let's see. But last night, when I was practicing, that's the size that worked. I think we're gonna be okay. What did you just cover? One of these little plastic containers from the dollar store, Kathy. You missed the first 35 minutes, so after I finish, you might want to go back and watch from the beginning to see how we made the bee and how we made the little honey jar. I think it's just going to be perfect, guys. You might want to slightly extend it a little on all the sides, just so it's not so chunky, because I did roll it out with the 1/4 inch guides. Man, little piece of fuzz just went in there. I don't like it. I don't like it. Where is all this fuzz coming from in my house, you guys? Calgon, take me away. We're doing it again. You guys know me. I wouldn't be able to live with that piece of fuzz. It probably would have been okay, because I probably could have strategically put my bee on it and you would have never seen it, but I would have known it's there. And I'm gonna sell this, and I would not want to ship this off to someone else knowing there was a piece of fuzz visible if I couldn't get it covered. So I have time. We'll just do it again. My OCD is not letting me have that piece of fuzz. I guess I'm gonna have to dust. I guess I'm gonna have to break down and dust, you guys. All right, there we go. Okay, Kathy, sounds good. All right. Now I put a fingernail in the top of it. You guys know I don't do fingernails because it makes it so hard for me to work with the clay, and they are growing a little, and that's my note to self. I need to go and cut them off. All right, so let's extend this a little so it's just not so chunky monkey. We'll extend it a little. Bring our little honey jar back. And in my mind, we were just gonna set it down on the top of the little honey jar, bring the sides down carefully. I don't wanna mess up that scallop on the edge. And in my mind, that was gonna look like a honey jar. But then I also was going to bring my bench scraper over and go around the bottom to make it look like a little bottom of a jar. And then I was gonna go around this to almost like when I did this mason jar, to give it this look. It's too tiny to do this exact same thing, but how I wrapped the twine around the cherry mason jar to give it that kind of a look. I did grab a piece of twine to see if I could do that. But I don't know, guys, because it's really tiny. We'll see. But I'm making the little mark all the way around to make it look like it's a lid tied on. Okay. So, I did grab a piece of twine. Should we even try it? Should we even try it? To put the twine right in there and tie it. Is this the thinnest? You know what? I might have some thinner twine, guys. Hold on. Where's my twine? I do. I have some thinner twine. This will work better. And it was right there at my fingertips. Wow. Wow. I bet I couldn't do that again if I tried. I think this is the trick. It needed some thinner twine. And I'm just putting it right in that little channel. We just quit. Oh, it's going to work, you guys. It's going to work. Right in that little channel. Fuzz and bubbles. Yes, Andrea, yes. Hey, Miss Betsy, how are you? Welcome. Oh, Kathy, thank you so much. Hi, Rita. Hi, everyone. This one is a cute one and super beginner friendly. So if you like it, it will be available for sale, but if you want to give it a try, I'd love to see your take on it. You guys, the thinner twine worked. I laid it right in that little channel I made using my bench scraper and tied it in the knot. And it worked. All right, cut it off. It worked, it worked, it worked, it worked. I love it when a plan comes together. I just winged that, you guys, and you guys know I'm not much of a winger. I'm more of a planner outer. Does it look like a little honey jar? In my mind, it does. I guess that's all that matters. In my mind, it does. All right, so we got our bee. We got our little honey jar. I'm gonna set them off to the side. All right, so last night in preparation for today, I took one of those paper ice cream cups that you could get in a 6-pack from the Dollar Tree. Mine was watermelon, it doesn't matter. I put some styrofoam on the inside of the cup just to fill the cup, and then I covered it with yellow clay to look like a big honey jar, a big honey jar. All right, we're gonna bring some black clay from Debbie's Bright Ideas over. Make sure all the fuzz is off of here for my twine. I'm so happy that worked, you guys. Because that thicker twine wasn't gonna work. It was too big for the tiny little honey jar. All right, bring some black clay out. And give it a quick condition. But Debbie's clay is just yummy and almost like perfect right out of the bag, so you don't even really have to condition it very much. It's soft and creamy and yummy and delicious. I just love it. Fuzz and bubbles. I know. I guess I'll have to, you know what's happened? I took all my snowmen down and I'm in the process of putting all my bunnies up. And I did a quick little Swiffer dust mop, but I didn't do I didn't get my vacuum cleaner out. And you know how when you take one season down, put the next one up, you have to really get your vacuum cleaner out. Because I feel like when you have your seasonal stuff up, you don't do as deep of a clean as when you don't have your seasonal up. So I'm in between seasons. As a matter of fact, this morning I was on the ladder in my closet getting bunnies out. All right, rolling this black out. Getting the bubbles out. So it'll lay nice and flat and pretty on our project. Give it a roll on this side too. We're gonna come in, oh, that looks good, guys. We're gonna come in with this drip. This is from See My 3D Prints. Got it a long time ago, but it's probably one of their staples. I feel like it's something that they carry all the time, and they have different sizes. I think I have 3 of the sizes. All right, we're gonna oil this up really good, guys, because Look at all those little nooks and crannies. We're gonna oil this up really good. That's the only thing with working with a softer clay. When you use cookie cutters, you really have to be diligent about applying the oil. Otherwise, you'll have a sticky mess on your hands. Sticky mess. All right, I oiled all the inside. Now I'm gonna oil the outside. Like that one right there, that narrow one right there, that really needs oil. Because if it was gonna stick, it's gonna stick where the real skinny areas are. The big areas like that pop out pretty easy. But that skinny area right there is the tricky one. And then the smaller ones like this are even worse. All right, so let's come on to our clay. Press it down. Hi, Stephanie, how are you? I think my comments might have stopped you guys. Someone throw a hi up there, some hearts, or a little bumblebee or something. I think my comments might have stopped. I don't see, my last comment I see is from 6 minutes ago. Or y'all just got super quiet. That could be too. This all isn't gonna fit in here. So what are you creating? What's everyone working on? Are you doing spring and bunnies and Easter and all those things like I am? I'll be doing bunnies for a while yet, guys, because bunnies are next to Christmas, bunnies are my next favorite. All right, let's get our biggest ball tool. I was gonna say, sometimes I get lucky and it sticks right to my silicone mat. This time it didn't. See how easy that came out? Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Heidi. Okay, y'all are still there. All right, I'm coming in with a little bit of black, and I'm gonna clean off my mold while I have it here fresh on my table. Get all the little bits and pieces of black off, because I don't want it to dry on there when I put this away, and then when I pull it out next time and I'm live creating a project, I don't want to have to clean it when I'm live doing a different project. So it's best to just, when you're doing it, just clean it off right when you got it on your table and then put it away. And then the next time you bring it out for another project, it's all clean and ready to go. It's just a good practice, a good practice. All right, let's clean the edges. Isn't this drip cute? Craft fair at the weekend. Oh, Andrea, yeah. Yeah, you gotta price things and package stuff. What kind of crafts? Are you doing fake bake? Or do you do something else? Like when I sit at night and relax and watch TV, I crochet a lot. I'm working on an Afghan right now for my granddaughter who turns 1 in May. When each of my little grands have turned 1, I've given them a hand crocheted blankie from Mimi with their names on it. So I'm working on a cute granny square one right now for my little one, Dorothy, that turns 1 in May. Dorothy Bernice, and they call her Dottie B. All right, all the edges look like they're smoothed down nice. No raggedy edges. How yummy is that drip? It's so yummy. All right, we're going to bring our drip over. Do I have a front? That looks good for the front. We're going to add our drip onto our base. Push it down. finger press it down, make sure all of our little black drip is touching all of our yellow clay, and the black was wet enough that I didn't even need to apply glue. Look, that looks like a honey jar to me, you guys, doesn't it? All right, what did I say was my front? I think that looks good for the front. Okay, guys, here's where the magic happens. All right, so off camera last night, I did just with a little cookie cutter, make a little daisy shape cookie. I made 2 layers to make it nice and thick. Then I rolled out with this waffle mat that looks like honeycomb. And I used a circle plunger cutter to cut the center out to make it the center look like honeycomb. Then I used this little leaf cutter to make these 2 little leaves. And we're gonna create a flower. Do a pilot hole in the bottom. I pulled this little pixie stick from my stash. It's from Doodlebug. I used to sell them in my shop. I'm gonna add some super glue and stick that into the bottom of our flower. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and put our honey pot on first. And I am gonna add super glue to the bottom of the honey pot. Even though it's wet clay to wet clay, I can't stick a toothpick in there because it's the plastic little bottle. So we're gonna do super glue. I can do the toothpick in the top though, guys, because the top, remember we stuck the yucky clay in the top of the little plastic jar. All right, so then I want to put my flower right next to it. So I think it's gonna go right there. Poke a pilot hole. We'll stick some super glue onto the bottom of our little green pixie stick. And carefully poke it in. Cute, so cute. And then we'll add our leaves. All right, so we'll add some super glue to the bottom of 1 leaf. And hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Oh, different types of clay, air dry polymer, earrings. Nice. Andrea, do you have a website? All right. I might have to use 2 glues, guys. Let's see if I can, because that's a plastic pixie stick straw. Let's see if I can add the super glue onto the other leaf and then stick the 2 leaves together onto the stick. Let's see if that'll work. If not, I'll have to use 2 glues. I still might have to use 2 glues. Yep, because this straw is plastic. So I just turned my hot glue gun on. Let's bring our little bee over. We are gonna add her off to the side here. And for all intents and purposes, the toothpick should be able to stick right down into the honeybee jar because we put that yucky old clay in there. So I am gonna make a little pilot hole. Measure. I don't want the toothpick being so long that it won't go all the way down. So we'll add a little super glue to the toothpick and a little bit right where I made that pilot hole. And I'm gonna carefully, because she is still wet, guys, carefully push her down in there. She can cooperate for me. Go all the way down. Yep. Cute. So there's that. And let me see. Thank you, Elite Bling Boss. Oh, AJ's Little Workshop. Okay, got you. All right, and let's see. It's not heated up yet. Pause, please. It's because this stick is plastic. It's plastic. The stick is plastic. Then I may come back in and add a little diamond dust here and there to the black. What do you guys think though? A little honeybee. I feel like she needs to get pushed down a little more. So afraid though, because the clay is wet. The clay is wet. All right. It's not heating up. Oh, it's not plugged in. All right, guys. You might have to visualize, I have 2 minutes left. You might have to visualize the leaves when I'm able to add some hot glue. The super glue stuck the leaves together, but because the stick is plastic, it's gonna need some hot glue. Do you guys like it? That's my bugs, bees, and flowers project for today. I'm trying to hold it so my fingers are not covering everything up for y'all. Debbie, thank you. Oh my God. Well, why wouldn't my hot glue gun heat up if it wasn't plugged in? I mean, duh. Okay, I have 2 minutes left. Let's see if it'll heat up enough. Thank you, Heidi. Debbie, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you. Have a great time this weekend. Send my love to everyone and give everyone a big old hug from me, please, Debbie. I know you're going to have a great time. All right, look at that, guys. It is heating up, but it's not hot enough to come out yet. Thank you, Rita. Yeah, you guys know I use 2 glues a lot. I should have had the forethought to turn my hot glue on ahead of time, just in case. But once it heats up enough, we'll stick the leaves on. Then I probably, because I know myself, I probably will go and add some diamond dust. I'm gonna let it dry. Oh, Kathy, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Thank you to everyone who follows me. Thank you to everyone who shares my tutorials out. Thank you to everyone who follows my YouTube channel. And like I said, Maureen's up now, 1 o'clock, home for every season. So let's hop over and see what she has in store for us today. I will glue this on, guys, and I'll share a picture of the finished project. Thank you. I'll be live again in 1 hour at 2 p.m. for a live sale. If you have time, come on back. All right, guys, love you all. Bye.